At this point, our greatest concern is our officer, and that we are wrapping that officer and his family in this department in our hearts.
A Norman police officer is in critical condition after he was hit by the driver of a car. I'm Colby Thelen, right now on News 9 at 6. What we know about that investigation so far.
I'm Lacie Lowry. The director of the Black Lives Matter chapter in Oklahoma City is now accused of fraud. Coming up, details on the investigation that claims she stole more than $3 million.
And I'm meteorologist Lacie Swope here in the Bob Mills Weather Center, tracking a cold front rolling through Oklahoma. Much cooler for your Friday, bitterly cold for parts of your weekend. We'll time out this next Arctic blast.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good morning, everyone. 6 o'clock on your Friday, and we do begin with breaking news.
Yeah, let's take you up to the Edmond, really close to Oklahoma City area. Take you live out to the scene. This is a place, Butternut Place, really where Boulevard and Eastern kind of meet right there at Memorial. And look at this. A car plows through a fence, nearly hitting a home. This is right across from Oklahoma Christian University. It looks like the tow truck has arrived there to try and move it out of the way. There was a possibility we were hearing earlier this morning that a gas line could have been hit. No confirmation on that. Our Kylie Edmond just got to the scene. She's been trying to get some information, but what we can tell you right now is that there is a tow truck there. Looks like they're going to work to pull that car out of here. Unclear what led to this crash or if anyone was injured. We're going to continue following this, and we're also going to try and talk with Kylie here in just a little bit for the latest.
Let's get over to Lacie Swope. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. We need a Friday forecast, Lace.
We got a Friday cold front making its way in. Here's your forecast with it. It is going to change things. So we were nice and warm yesterday. Upper 60s, 70s, 80s. Now the front is making its way through Oklahoma. Behind it, there's a big winter storm going on to the north. That does not arrive here in the Sooner State. We do not have precip in the forecast, even though we desperately need it. Arctic air is just nudging into the northern plains, moving into Montana, portions of North Dakota, where it's 20 degrees below zero when you factor in the wind. We're not going to be that cold when it gets here, but it is dense Arctic air and it arrives tomorrow. Out the door this morning, we're in the 30s, the lower mid 40s. There's the front. Now temperatures behind it aren't drastically colder, but where winds are light, it's definitely chilly. Winds are picking up in the north and northwest, and the winds in the metro pick up through mid-morning. Your metro planner, we're going to start off 30s, 40s. We will warm today into the lower 50s with sunny skies, and then it's all about what happens for your weekend. So let's get you your forecast and your headlines. We are starting today, much cooler north winds. Then we're talking Arctic air for the weekend and 60s next week, guys. A lot to get to. It's all in your full forecast at about 6:15.
A Mexican food restaurant in northwest Oklahoma City catches fire overnight. It happened around midnight at the Taco Empire. That's near Northwest 122nd and Rockwell. Firefighters say the flames were contained to just the kitchen. It's unclear how much of the building was damaged or the price tag for it. No one was hurt. Oklahoma City police assist Newcastle police in a chase that actually ended in a crash. It happened last night at around 11 p.m. on I-44 close to Southwest 149th. We've reached out to Newcastle police trying to get details on this. We haven't heard back yet. As soon as we get the update, we'll bring it to you on the News 9 app and news9.com.
Staying on the south side of the city, Oklahoma City police say they're looking for two people after a chase ends in a crash near Southwest 10th and Walker. This also happened right before 11 p.m. last night. Officers say it started when they tried to pull over a reported stolen car. After the crash, we're told that 4 suspects ran off and officers found 2 of them. Police have not released a description of the suspects they're still looking for. A Norman police officer is in critical condition after they were hit by a car. This happened last night along State Highway 9E just after 7 p.m. Norman police tell us he was taken to the hospital and is reported in critical condition. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says the driver of that car did stay on scene and was cooperating. Nearly 2 miles of roadway was closed while crews were there on scene, and we've contacted OHP. Right now we're still working to get the latest on that officer's condition.
Your time now, 6:04. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Gold. She's watching the roads and this breaking news. Megan, what's the latest?
Hey, I do have that for you on a map here in just a second. Before I get to that, just want to show you some shots across the metro. Right now, if you're hitting the roadways, they're kind of busier than normal at this time. Here's the Dallas Junction, I-35 and I-40 there from our downtown camera, part of our Lucky Star Skycam network. Broadway Extension, if you're headed into Oklahoma City from the Edmond area, the North Metro, good to go there. Out on I-40 in May, looking off to the west, and then out by Tinker, I-40 in Air Depot looks good as well. So as mentioned, that breaking news scene is really the only issue out on the roadways right now, and it is up in Edmond off of a city street in between Eastern and Bryant. That's going to be at 2405 Butternut Place in between Eastern and Memorial. A car versus a house. We've got our Kylie Dedmon there on the scene. We'll have more here in just a few minutes from her. Guys, back to you.
The leader of Oklahoma City's Black Lives Matter chapter is accused of stealing millions of dollars in donations. We can tell you a 25-count indictment actually accuses Reverend Sherry Dickerson of taking more than $3 million that was meant to help people get out of jail and instead using the money on luxury vacations, shopping, cars, properties, and grocery deliveries for her family members. She's now facing more than 24 fraud charges. Dickerson went live on Facebook right after the federal indictment was released.
I'm going to remind you that one of the things that I've always said is to trust Black women, and I know that I do.
If convicted, Dickerson faces up to 20 years in prison for each of the 20 wire fraud counts and up to 50 years for money laundering, plus fines.
An audit of Western Heights Public Schools shows the district paid more than $1 million in legal fees over 3 years, nearly half to defend former Superintendent Mannix Barnes. Barnes, as you'll recall, was removed as superintendent back in 2022 because of investigations into mismanaged funds. But before that, the audit shows the district spent $500,000 on its in-house attorney and 6 outside firms, all in order to defend Barnes. The audit also shows the district contract with Barnes was void, so the $1.1 million paid to Barnes from 2019 to 2022 should not have been paid out. We've posted that full audit over on our website. A wrongful termination lawsuit filed against former State Superintendent Ryan Walters is moving forward. Janessa Boynty filed a suit in 2023 claiming that she was fired after speaking out at an Edmond school board meeting about a student who took his own life after he was bullied. A judge ruled the lawsuit should go to trial. The next hearing is set for February 4th.
You got to watch your screen. Part of the demolition caught on camera. 3, 2, 1. Look at the old Cox Convention Center. It came tumbling down, parts of it yesterday. Oh my goodness. And look at the cloud of debris going across Sheridan right there. Car stop. Don't drive into it. Wow. This is video from our Bob Mills Arena camera. We're always rolling on it. And when we heard that big loud noise yesterday, we said we got to re-roll the tape. Yeah, part of the north side of the building collapsed during the demolition process. They're tearing it down. The city says they now expect the demolition to be done by January. It was December. It's been moved back 1 month, but they think they can do it. And the new Thunder Arena that's going in right there is set to make its debut in 2028.
It's kind of wild. Every day, it seems like, or at least every week, we come to work this way, right? I come down Robinson, and it's like a new, it just looks bizarre.
Yeah.
Because a news section, every time a news section comes down, it's just like, whoa, I can't imagine what it's going to look like when it's just completely
gosh.
gone.
Lacie, Colby described it as like a Jenga game, like piece by piece, and then all of a sudden the whole thing came down yesterday, almost.
What if they had no idea? There was absolutely no coordination. It's like, what does this beam do?
Let's
what
see.
does that do? Take it out, and everyone holds their breath.
Oh my goodness,
Jenga.
crazy to see.
Hopefully there's a little more calculation of the forces than that.
Of course. But
it makes it exciting.
By the way, they expect to tear the other half of the roof down today, so we're going to be watching for that as well, Lacie.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever we were here, lunchtime today, we had our Christmas party here at News 9. Man, they were getting the jackhammer going.
Yes.
They were doing some work yesterday.
They are moving along.
They're moving along. Hey, this morning we have a cold front we're tracking as that's making its way on in. That is going to drop our temperature. So today's not as warm as yesterday, but it's still going to be a pleasant afternoon for your Friday. In the Bob Mills Weather Center, we're watching all the folks pouring into the gym in Blanchard. Hey, hope you're having a good start to your day. Gorgeous Christmas tree, and we're in the 30s and 40s. We'll talk about the big weekend because there's an Arctic blast headed our way. It's coming up right after this break.
Want to get over to meteorologist Megan Gold. She's watching the roads for us. Go ahead, Megan.
Hey, good morning. It is 6:12, and right now here in the metro, the morning drive is picking up. We don't have any crashes on any of our major interstates, and right now your drive times into Oklahoma City are doing just fine. I do want to take you up to the north side, though, where we do have a car versus a house. That's going to be up near the Edmond area, actually up near Oklahoma Christian, and the address is 2405 Butternut Place, so that's in between Eastern and Memorial. We've got our Kylie Edmond there on the scene, ready to give us a live report. Kylie, I'm going to send it out over to you.
Yeah, Megan, like you just said, I'm here off of Memorial Road, right in front of Oklahoma Christian University, where right behind me there is a car that went through the fence and into the backyard. Now, from what I can see, I did not see any damage to the home. We are still waiting to learn from police if there is any damage. But what we do know is that the driver in that car did originally flee the scene to nearby apartments that was then arrested. Now, I will say there is somebody that police just got out of one of their police cars. He is currently being talked to by police, so we are working to learn information on what this person is related to in connection to this incident. But we do know that the driver of that car that did go through the backyard of this house was originally arrested at apartments nearby, so we are working with police to learn more information about the person that they are now talking to. Now, like you said, this is off of Memorial, right near Oklahoma Christian University. We are working to learn if anybody was injured. We know that homeowners were not here, so working to learn if police have made contact with them as well. So stay with News 9 as more information becomes available. Reporting live, Kylie Edmond, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Kylie, right there along Memorial and Boulevard. Kylie, great job. We'll check in with you later on.
We'll field sobriety test up.
Yep.
So we'll continue following that. Hey, if you're headed to the bus stop soon, it's a little bit windy out there as kids are headed to the bus stop.
And the winds are picking up, so it's getting gustier. It's just going to continue to ramp up with the wind once again this morning until we head towards about midday, and then the winds kind of taper on off. But it's another cold front.
Yeah.
We have kind of cold fronts just back to back.
Boom,
Guys,
boom.
we get wild weather in Oklahoma. We talk about it all the time, but I don't think there's anything more extreme than living in the Oklahoma Panhandle. It gets wild from one day to the next. And just to show you some extremes, I know. Megan was like, have you seen how extreme it is in Beaver? And I was like, let me take a look. Holy moly. 84 degrees yesterday in Beaver, okay? Talk about a swing. Now, Sunday, the wind chill will be 7. God bless the people in the Oklahoma Panhandle, the farmers, the ranchers, the people that live off the land and grow our food. My goodness, what they go through, from drought to floods to tornadoes to blizzards. Yeah, we get it all across Oklahoma, but it is the most extreme in the Panhandle. So this to show you what's going on with how warm we were yesterday and just how bitterly cold that next air mass is going to be. We made it 66 in Oklahoma City, which was above average, 76 in Woodward, 73 in Alva, 69 in Hobart, 80s out in the Panhandle. And what does that mean for the kiddos heading to the bus stop this morning? As the front's moving in, it's chilly. Temps are in the 30s, the low 40s, the wind chill a few degrees colder than that, but it's nice midday. No precip today, lots of sunshine, and the temperature warms again back up slightly above average for December into the low 50s. So make sure they have the coat, make sure they're layered up as they're running around. They may not need it for a while this afternoon, but in the shade, it's still going to feel cool. And that north wind is with us all day, so it's going to continue to feel chilly. Here's the Arctic air just making its way into the northern plains. Winter storm warnings with it. Snow is going to fly to our north. It's just not going to make it here into the Sooner State, and we are quiet. Now here's another big scene on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. This is our Integris cam. This is Northwest Expressway and Lake Hefner Parkway. There is an ambulance on scene. I've seen a fire truck. There are multiple police units. I don't know if this was a crash or what is going on, but Megan and our news desk working to figure out what exactly is happening here on Northwest Expressway. Okay, this is just to the north of the hospital, and something going on right there. And it looks like they're actually getting a stretcher out. What is it? It's an injury accident. Megan is saying that they're getting the information here. So this is going to be the westbound lanes. This crash is in the eastbound lanes, and you can see they're getting the stretcher there to that white car. So we'll get you more information from that scene coming up. Now, roads are dry. Weather-wise, winds are actually not extremely strong as of right now. They're going to pick up, though, through the morning. We're at 42 degrees, 35 in Stillwater, 43 in Watonga, 31 in Chickasha, 43 in Holdenville. There's the front. Behind it, the colder air air is making its way into the northwest. You're in the 30s, and the north winds, actually the airport now, completely calm. That's what happens just behind the front, and then as it moves through, those winds, that stronger wind field makes its way in. So it feels like the 20s, the low 30s, and your hour-by-hour forecast. We're up to 51 at noon, 53 by 3 o'clock. Plan for a nice day, a nice afternoon, 60s to the south, 40s for highs in northern Oklahoma. And I mentioned the winds are strongest through lunchtime, but watch what they do into the afternoon. North 10 to 20 does have a wind chill factor to put up with throughout the day. And then tonight, a south wind. Now, here's the key. Tomorrow, it's all about the timing of this cold front. Some data brings the front in midday. If that happens, our high will be colder. Most data consistently says the timing of this is going to be later into the afternoon and evening. Now, that has a huge implication on our temperatures. One thing for sure, by the time this front moves in, our winds are 20 to 30, some gusts to 40. I'm leaning towards the colder option with this system because typically Arctic air comes in a little sooner, okay? We're watching for it. This storm system that's bringing the cold air and tapping into what's going on to the north, where, by the way, the current temperatures are 35 degrees below zero. That's the air mass that's coming to the south. We're going to be on the very tail end of it. So tonight we're going to drop into the 20s. You're going to start your Saturday on a cold note, maybe some frost around because winds are light. Tomorrow we'll try to nudge into the 40s, maybe some 50s. And what happens is that front moves in sometime around the early afternoon, midday, early afternoon. By 5, 6 o'clock, we're dropping into the 30s, feeling much colder with that north wind. And we drop all the way down to the single digits for feel-like temperatures. Temperature will be in the air temp will be in the teens on Sunday morning, and then highs on Sunday into the 20s and the low 30s. That's it. Those are our highs. So get ready for one very frigid day. Monday morning is very cold, but then we're back into the 40s for highs, and the 60s return, guys. It looks beautiful into next week. We'll send it back to you.
Lacie, thanks. 6:19 your time right now. Let's take a look at some of your top national stories this morning. Multiple people are injured and at least 3 homes are damaged after this explosion in California. Look at that. The explosion was all caught on a neighbor's Ring camera. Wow. Holy smokes. Local authorities say nearby residents had to be evacuated. Right now, there is an investigation ongoing into the cause.
More than 20 million Americans who have health insurance under the Affordable Care Act could see their premiums rise at the start of next year. This comes after the U.S. Senate failed to advance measures that would extend subsidies for health care. We also know lawmakers could take up a separate health care package next week.
And the U.S. Mint is releasing coins to commemorate America's 250th anniversary. The coins will commemorate the founding era in American history. They're going to be released next year. Welcome back. Let's get a check of traffic right now. Got a snag out on the roadways. Let's get over to Megan Gold. Megan.
Hey, Colby, 2 different breaking news scenes right now, essentially both of them up on the northern sides. We'll take you kind of the zoom in. Still that car versus the house up near Oklahoma Christian, and then down kind of to the southwest of that at Lake Hefner Parkway and Northwest Expressway, where we have some type of injury accident. This is from our Integris camera here. So Integris Baptist really just kind of behind this shot. We've got several emergency vehicles. We don't have any roadways shut down, but from the ODOT camera, just another shot pointing off to the east for you there. So you can still travel Northwest Expressway eastbound, but again, a breaking news scene there, and hoping everybody is okay. It looks like it may just be one car involved and maybe some type of medical emergency. Don't want to speculate or anything like that. Take you up to the northeast from there. Again, the car versus the house. So both of these are off of major interstates. And so if you're traveling I-40, traveling Broadway Extension, no problems right now. Your drive times into Oklahoma City are all good to go, guys. Back over to you.
All right, let's get over to Lacie Swope for the outdoor forecast. What do you have for us, Lace?
Oh my gosh, so many awesome pictures, guys. So deer gun season wrapped up over the weekend. We're back to archery season, and the pictures just keep on coming in. This is from Stroud, and look at this young lady. I believe this is Miana. It may be Miana. Either way, a gorgeous name to match. To match a gorgeous girl.
Slow down.
I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy. Okay, look how awesome this buck is. Okay, whitetail with the gorgeous rack. And look at the scenery too. It just makes for gorgeous pictures and lifelong memories. Getting into the outdoors has been great over the past couple of days. We do have a lot of wind though that we've been contending with, and more wind again this morning. It's a north wind, 5 to 15, but increasing after daybreak, 10 to 20, a few gusts to 30, 53 degrees for sunshine coming up the afternoon. And then tomorrow we have an Arctic cold front that hits. The timing is key for your weekend. We'll play it all out for you with your 9-day coming up.
Lacie, thank you. We are following the latest on the breaking news. Want to take you there at Boulevard and Memorial in the Edmond, OKC area. This is on Butternut Place. A car crashed into a fence and almost into a home. It kind of stopped short there in the backyard, and police have now taken one person into custody. They say the driver ran off, but they caught the driver. We're asking more questions, but we know luckily no one was injured. You're watching News 9 this morning. We're back after this.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Good morning, 6:30 on your Friday morning, and some folks waking up to this. A car plows through a fence. This is right here near Memorial and Eastern, or where Eastern turns into Boulevard in the Oklahoma City, Edmond area. We do know the driver of this car is in police custody. Our Kylie Edmond is live there at the scene. We're going to have a live report from her in just a few minutes.
We do say thanks for joining us on this Friday, 6:30. We call it Friday. Made it to the end of the work week, and we're talking like cold front after cold front, Colby.
They're kind of stacking them up. All right, let's turn to Lacie. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacie?
Hey, if you're heading out shopping for the weekend, nothing to slow you down as far as precip goes, nothing on the roadways, but we have some pretty cold air that's headed our way for sure. You'll want to bundle up, you'll want to layer up, and for your Friday, as you're kicking off the big day, we have a cold front that is moving in. It's not the Arctic front. That arrives tomorrow. The first front has made its way down to the south. We have clear skies behind it. Our north winds are picking up. All the snow is staying up to the north. You're waking up to 36 in Woodward, 40 in Hobart, 40 in Ardmore, 39 in Tulsa. The cold front is now down to Ardmore and Ada. Winds are light for a while behind it for about 100 miles, and then you get into the north, and the temperatures are going to be impacted by a gusty north wind. Wind chills are down into the 20s and 30s in the northwest, and that colder air is headed down towards Oklahoma. So for the big weekend, we're going to see temperatures in the 40s tomorrow before we crash into the 20s for highs heading into your Sunday. So getting you out the door this morning is a dry forecast. It's quiet, but as we head into your weekend, Arctic air is headed our way, and then 60s next week, guys. We're back above average for all the Christmas shopping and all the running around that you got to do. How's it looking heading into Christmas? A sneak peek is coming up.
Lacie, thanks. We're following this breaking news out of Edmond. A car crashes through a fence and into the backyard of a home. News 9's Kylie Edmond joins us live there from the scene. Kylie, what have you learned this morning?
Yeah, Colby, just moments ago, we actually showed you one person who was actually being detained by police. They were doing a field sobriety check on him right in front of us. That person then got handcuffed and placed into the back of one of the police cars, and they then drove off. I just finished talking to one of the police officers here on scene and asked him if that person is the driver, and he told me that they are still working to learn if that person was the driver and if he's connected in any way. So we are still working to learn that information. Now, right behind me, you can see it's still a heavy police presence, and you can see just through that fence there is a car in the backyard still. Earlier there was a tow truck here, but then they drove off, so we're working to learn when this car will be removed from the back of this house. Now, this is on Memorial. This is a busy road. You can see cars driving past right now, and right now one of the eastbound lanes is blocked off due to the police presence out here, but again, you can still move, just take it nice and slow. But yes, there is a car in the backyard of this house. Again, this is off Memorial, right in front of Oklahoma Christian University. The homeowners were not here. We're working to learn if police have made contact with them yet. Earlier, police told me that they have not made any contact with them, so we're working to learn if they've been in touch now. And again, we've also learned that there's no injuries from this. So we're working to learn the person that we saw earlier, if that person is the driver. But we did see them being handcuffed and placed into the back of that police car. So we'll keep you updated as we learn more information. Reporting live, Kylie Edmond, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Kylie, thank you. I want to bring in Megan Gold now. She's watching this from the traffic side. Where is this, Megan?
So this is up in the Edmond area. Again, as Kylie mentioned, this is going to be just north of the Kilpatrick Turnpike, a boulevard that turns into Eastern. There's a Bryant over on the east side, and the specific address is 2405 Butternut Place, so Eastern and Memorial. So you may notice that, especially for Oklahoma Christian students headed to school here in the next little bit if they're headed in early to study. We've got another accident down to the south and heading west in Oklahoma City, and that's going to be Lake Hefner Parkway and Northwest Expressway. It's not going to be on Lake Hefner Parkway. It's on Northwest Expressway, and I've got that shot on our Integris camera here. So it's slow going for folks traveling eastbound on Northwest Expressway, but the road is not shut down. You can still travel that. If you're headed into Oklahoma City from our American Fidelity cameras, things still looking fine. So major highways doing just fine. It's just that situation on the Northwest Expressway and then up in the Edmond area that Kylie is continuing to monitor. That are our two issues this morning. Guys, back over to you.
Drop it! Just drop the machete! Just drop the machete! Drop the machete!
We're now getting a look at the body camera video showing the moments leading up to a deadly officer-involved shooting. This was with the suspect there with a machete, as you could hear from the video. It happened last month near Northwest 10th and Council. Police say it started when Albert Benson attacked his roommate with that machete. Officers say they tried less lethal tactics, but Benson refused to drop it. They say that he then charged at police and they shot and killed him. Those officers are on leave during the investigation. Metro first responders are honoring the life of IMSA paramedic and field operations supervisor Katie McBride. McBride served Oklahoma City for 7 years, caring for thousands of patients. She was only 35 when she died. Those who knew McBride tell us that she was always optimistic.
Katie had a passion for helping people, in any way that Katie could. Being in emergency medical services was just called to her, just so she could actually service the community and help anybody that she was able to do.
A celebration of life will be held for Katie McBride today at 2 p.m. A Metro event venue is making a comeback after a fire severely damaged it back in March. The Black Barn in Bethany has since reopened, now the Phoenix. And in honor of the reopening, owner Brittany Hubble is giving away a wedding to a couple from Mustang. They were drawn randomly from 100 different entries, and Hubble says that she looks forward to seeing all of her hard work pay off.
I think I'm ready to look up and enjoy it, and so to see the wedding day, I think is a celebration to me too.
14 local vendors are now also pitching in free services like hair and makeup to flowers and catering. The couple's big day, December 20th.
What a way to give back. Good luck to the new couple. The U.S. Post Office says this is the busiest week of the year as millions of people ship Christmas gifts to friends and family. The Postal Service says it has already accepted more than 6 billion packages and pieces of mail since the week of Thanksgiving. They say no matter how many things come in, they are ready to handle it.
This is our Super Bowl. We're ready to go, and we're happy to serve the people during peak season.
This is our Super Bowl. I love that. So next Wednesday is the absolute last day to ship your gifts first class for them to make it in time for Christmas. Priority mail will make it as long as it's shipped by the 20th. So you got some deadlines approaching. You've been warned. Oh, boy. The Super Bowl for the Postal Service. I love that.
Shipping them? I got to buy them.
Are you just waiting till the absolute last second?
I don't know what I'm waiting on, Lacie. I'm looking for I'm looking for the perfect gifts.
Okay,
and that
that's
takes
a
some
good.
time.
That's a good call.
It takes some
time.
time.
Blame it on looking for the perfect gift. Blame it on something.
Just
apparently.
too thoughtful. Just too generous, Lacie.
Lacie, how are you doing?
Your friends and family must be really, really lucky people.
They're like, oh, it's Colby.
It's Colby. We know how this goes.
Yeah, that's true.
All the hustle and bustle picks up so much this time of year. Going to the mall, all the shops, all the local joints are really, really jam-packed, which you just love to see. Folks out and about spreading the Christmas cheer. The weather's been really awesome to get out and travel, and it's going to be that way for the weekend and into next week. And is that considered last-minute shopping next week? I don't think so. I feel like it's average shopping next week. Here in the Bob Mills Weather Center, we're tracking a cold front this morning, dropping temperatures. Highs will be in the 50s today. A cooler day. There is Arctic air on the way for the weekend. Some of us may not get above freezing on Sunday. We'll time it all out for you in just a second.
We are following a big breaking story from Norman. A Norman police officer is in critical condition after he was hit by a car. He was standing outside his cruiser on State Highway 9. We have a live report from the hospital coming up next on News 9.
Welcome back. We are monitoring the roadways this morning. Here's meteorologist Megan Gold. Megan?
Hey, roadways are very busy here on your Friday morning. We've got several breaking news scenes, so I'll bring you those. This is from our Mathis home cam looking at I-44 and I-40. Roadways pretty jam-packed for 6:41 in the morning. Here is the Broadway extension. Steady stream of traffic headed southbound into Oklahoma City from our Lucky Star Skycam network. Those of you that travel into Oklahoma City from the south side, things look good. And then I-40 and Council looking off to the west. So again, two breaking news scenes that we have been talking about, but if you just now are joining us, we've got a car that ran into a house, and that's up at Eastern and Memorial, just north of the Kilpatrick Turnpike, and then down on Northwest Expressway and Lake Hefner Parkway. An injury accident there that is not on Lake Hefner Parkway. It's actually going to be on Northwest Expressway, and actually, I think that scene just cleared. So you're good to go if you're headed out in that direction. Right now, your drive times into Oklahoma City are good to go from all directions. Guys, over to you at the desk.
All right, 6:42. We need a good Friday forecast.
Got one.
You're also
Found one.
finding like multiple cold fronts,
right,
that are coming to Oklahoma.
I'm telling you, when you show the 9-day forecast, it's been almost every other day that we've had a cold front. So our winds are strong out of the south, and then they're strong out of the north, and then it's back to the south. So you have these big ups and downs with temperatures when that happens. And the reason for that is you've got the storm track. The main jet stream is up over the U.S.-Canada border. All the storms are staying up there, and they're just whipping our winds around as they pass by. They're not moving overhead.
At least that's been consistent.
At least that's been
consistently count on
consistently dry. Consistently dry. And it looks dry now all the way through Christmas. So we're 13 sleeps away from Christmas morning, and kind of just a sneak peek of what we're looking at as we get closer and closer to Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, it looks warm, okay? Almost all data very consistently showing a warm up by the time we get towards Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So we'll kind of give you just a range, 50s and 60s. Christmas Day, there is some data that brings some rain. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day to the south and east of portions of Oklahoma, southeast of Oklahoma City. If that's the case, Rudolph is going to be very important coming up Christmas Eve, and we'll keep you updated as that storm gets closer, as the numbers become more clear, because we're still, again, just under 2 weeks away from the big holiday. Now, this morning, we're tracking a cold front, and the air is originating from the North Pole. It is frigid, and that's what's going to ooze down through the plains and arrive tomorrow and make Sunday just flat cold. This morning, these are live temperatures, 39 in OKC, 19, by the way, in Pittsburgh, where the snow is on the ground, where you have some of that Arctic air, very cold. Bismarck, North Dakota, 3. You get up into Canada. People live here. They do. I can't imagine every day being this incredibly cold, but they're made a whole lot different than we are. That's what I go with. It's crazy how cold people can actually tolerate and what they've come up with to keep themselves warm. More power to you. I'll keep my 60s and 70s in December if I can. Cold front is making its way through. It is going to cool us off. We are not going to see the 60s and 70s today. It's going to be more seasonable into the 50s, and no precip on Next Gen Live. In fact, skies are crystal clear. Once you look off towards the east, some high thin clouds in the northeast, and sunrise is going to be beautiful right at 7:30 on your Friday. It's 42 degrees right now at the airport. Temps will drop a couple degrees just after sunrise with that colder air moving in. It's 40 in Chandler, 33 in Seminole, 37 in Hinton. So you're going to step out to 42 Clinton, 53 in Lawton versus 39 in Ponca City. We're all over the place with our temperatures. It's falling into the 20s in the Panhandle, and that's where that coldest air is that's now pushing to the south with yet, what is this, our third cold front this week? Wind chills are in the 20s in the northwest versus the 30s in Oklahoma City. It is down to 29 in Hinton. So you'll want the coat for sure, because that north wind picks up through mid-morning. It'll be the strongest through lunchtime, and then it comes down some this afternoon. We'll see sunshine and 53 by 3 p.m. 49 in Stillwater, 51 in Clinton, 61 degrees in Ardmore. But that north wind, here's your timeline, 15, 25, gusts to 30. Can't get a break from the wind this week. And then as we head into tonight, it's about 10 to 20 miles per hour this evening. Winds coming out of the south. changing direction on you once again for your Saturday, at least through the morning and maybe lunchtime, and then sometime between noon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, this cold front is moving in. So northwestern Oklahoma, you get it first. Here's your Saturday wind timeline. By the late afternoon and evening, our winds 30, 35 miles per hour, some gusts to 40 with very dense Arctic air. So temperatures will drop like a rock tomorrow into the evening and into the overnight. If that front moves in a little bit sooner, our highs tomorrow will be even colder. If it starts to kind of lag a little bit, we could get a couple degrees warmer. Your Saturday, it's all about the timing of that front. The storm system is still out over the water as that comes in over Canada and down into the United States through the evening hours today. We'll have a better idea of the timing of that front, so stay tuned. David will have the very latest for your weekend this afternoon. Tonight, we're in the 20s. Heading into tomorrow, we have a chance to nudge into the 40s, the low 50s for a while before that boundary makes its way through. And as it does, and especially after sunset, we'll be dropping quickly into the 30s. Wind chills will be in the 20s. And with the winds around through the overnight, wind chills drop into the single digits. Now, we'll have about a 10, maybe 15 mile an hour wind Sunday morning, but that's enough to cause a few of us to dip down even below 0 for feel-like temperatures. Sunday, wind chills stay in the teens and 20s. A high on Sunday, 29 degrees, 24 in Miami, 26 in Tulsa, 32 in Lawton, so likely staying below freezing on Sunday. Then we try to nudge back up. Monday morning is cold to kick off the work week next week, but 49 for a high and 60s. Several days in the 60s next week. Feeling amazing, and it still looks wonderful for the big OU game a week from today. Back to you guys.
An update to breaking news. A Norman police officer is hit by a car while outside his patrol car on State Highway 9 and critically injured. News 9's Brianna Brown is live this morning at OU Health where that officer was rushed to. Brianna, what's the latest?
Lacie, the Norman Police Department is asking for thoughts and prayers for one of their officers who was transported here to OU Health in critical condition after he was hit by a car on State Highway 9. Now, according to Oklahoma Highway Patrol and Norman Police, the officer was outside of his vehicle whenever he was hit by another car while on State Highway 9. Now, this was near 96th Avenue, and it also caused part of the highway to shut down temporarily. Now, police tell us that the driver who hit the officer did stay on scene.
The initial information is that that officer was struck by that vehicle while they were outside of their own patrol vehicle. That officer was transported to an area hospital where he remains in critical condition at this time.
Now, Oklahoma Highway Patrol is investigating this crash, and we're here at OU Health. We had crews out here last night when that officer was transported, and there was a large police presence. This morning, I've seen maybe 1 or 2 police cars still parked out front, but we'll continue to keep you updated this morning. Live at OU Health, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.
Oh, we are praying for that officer, praying for the Norman Police Department. Brianna, thank you. We're also staying in touch with Norman Police, looking for any updates on this officer's condition. If there's a change, we will bring it to you right here on air and at news9.com.
And I didn't know where that lady came and tried to take my daughter.
You're in a place where you believe that you're safe, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody comes along and snatches up your kid. It's crazy.
Frantic moments for a mother inside the Oklahoma County Courthouse. She says that a stranger tried to take her 2-year-old daughter. Body camera video shows the moments that mother and a bystander fought off the alleged suspect, who Oklahoma County deputies later identified as Tatiana French. Deputies say French grabbed the young girl, claiming the child was hers. French this morning is in jail on kidnapping complaints. More ahead here on News 9. We're back after this.
Coming up on the Coca-Cola porch, Boomtown Creamery and Stone Cloud Brewery are coming together for a new ice cream flavor as well as root beer, and it's all for a good cause. We get a live taste test coming up at 9 a.m. Don't miss it. Hey, the countdown is on for the college football playoffs to come right here to Oklahoma. OU is hosting Alabama next Friday, marking the program's first time hosting a playoff game in history. That game expected to bring in tens of thousands of people to Norman next Friday. And now we know some city services are closing. OU has canceled classes on Friday and moved student finals up earlier in that same week. There's also no school for Norman Public Schools next Friday. And now Norman's mayor is expecting it to be very chaotic, but says, wow, it's exciting.
It's not ever happened before. We've never hosted, I don't know if there's ever been a game played in December in Norman. I think it's exciting. It's an opportunity. I hope that our local businesses really benefit from this unexpected home game.
Sounds like they're going to benefit big time. Experts saying that playoff game will bring in $48 million to the Norman, Oklahoma City area.
I'm so good at these games. Come on, bro. 371. More? See, kids nowadays,
like
they get extra Skittles.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are waking up in Vegas for the NBA Cup, but before the team took off last night, they played a little guessing game where they had to guess how many Skittles were in a jar. Some guesses were somewhat close, like one guess was 750. Two other guesses were 200, 250. You heard
No, somebody said 2.
Somebody said 2? I think they were playing Price is Right rules. You can't
I
play
think
Price is-
Hartenstein said at least 2.
I like that.
At least.
Oh my gosh, the one that got the closest, who was that?
I think it was AJ Mitchell.
At 734,
Something like
and it was
that.
really
Wow.
706. Aaron Wiggins had this part where he's like, 800, 799.
I love it.
And finally he got to the number and he goes, edit all the others out. And they didn't, they posted all of it, so it's pretty good.
It's so great.
Fun.
I would be the one guy that comes in, I'm one, at least one.
Yeah,
Price
at
is
least
Right
one.
rules
Price
still
is
count.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, I don't want to switch gears on you guys, but we did just have a report from the Oklahoma Highway Patrol of a possible fatality crash out I-40 near Elk City, out near Foss specifically. So we're working to get information on that. We'll have more throughout the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also watching the weather this morning, Lace.
Yeah, roads are dry. We have no precip. Cold front is making its way in. That'll be making its way through today. 53 degrees. We'll be in the 20s tomorrow morning. 49 briefly tomorrow before the Arctic air moves in. And it is going to be very cold as we head into your weekend.
There you go. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. We appreciate you. How many days till Christmas?
13.
Okay.
Buckle up.
Everyone Ready or not?
I don't know.
Have a great weekend, everybody.